Partners for Youth summer programs, the Better Business Bureau, and Lexington history. All this and more on this week's edition of Lexington Now. I'm Neil Noah, and this is Lexington Now for the week of June 3rd, 2019. As summer begins, so too can the challenge of finding ways to keep kids busy. That's where the Partners for Youth Summer I Do program comes in. Brianna Pursley fills us in.
Hi, my name is Brianna Pursley. I'm the Executive Director of Partners for Youth. Partners for Youth is an agency that is under the LFUCG umbrella, and our office is located at 162 East Main Street, Suite 210. Partners for Youth started back in 1994 after a tragedy, and from that tragedy, Partners for Youth was born. We are a nonprofit agency, and we do many things for youth. Our mission is to promote positive youth development and to prevent juvenile delinquency through collaboration and capacity building. We do many things through our I Do initiative, which is a partnership with churches, colleges, other organizations throughout the city that come to our community partners table, and we find many creative ways to serve families and their youth and children. So I Do is an initiative throughout the city, and we have community partners tables in Cardinal Valley, Gainesway, and the West End. And I Do stands for identifying opportunities, developing relationships, and organizing partnerships. One of the many things that we do with that is Adopt a Park, and that is in June, coming up this summer in Valley Park on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 1 to 4 p.m. And then we'll be doing it again in July in the Gainesway Park and Tuesdays and Thursdays from 1 to 4 p.m. And so those are just fun, creative ways that we come up with to serve youth and families within those communities. One of the many things that people love about the I Do is our I Do summer list. Those are free, affordable programming throughout the summer to serve children and youth. Some of those are just a one and done, which you'll find on the very back of the pamphlet, and others go throughout the summer. But that's a really good list to find. Our community partners send us their information, and we compile it into a list that's easy to access via internet. A lot of people will print them off and disperse them throughout their churches or their community organizations, just to get the word out there about what kids can do. As we all know, sometimes kids get into a little trouble during the summer because they just don't have opportunities that are available through them, and that's when the I Do list was developed, so that we can make sure to disseminate that information throughout the city. Within the I Do list, you'll also find different camps throughout the city. We have over 70 in there this year, which is pretty great. You know, there's lots of opportunities that are a mix of things. They offer anywhere from art to music lessons to recreation to tutoring, some equine programs. So you're going to find a plethora of opportunities throughout the city for the summer. So we newly released our 2019 Grassroots Grants Allocations Programs. Partners for Youth is a clearinghouse for funds, and we offer anywhere from $750 to $3,000 in a grant form to people that want to provide positive youth programming throughout the city. This year we have announced that we have offered or sponsoring 26 programs this year, and that list is also available for you to find on our Facebook page, our website, and also it's announced on Instagram. But we like to make sure that we are able to shout those out as well. Some of them are offered in the summer only, and some are offered in the summer during the fall semester, and also during winter break and or January. And so those are good programs that kids can also be involved in. Some are specific to an area and some are citywide. So we always encourage people to check those out as well.
The Better Business Bureau has been a resource for consumers for over a century. We spoke to Heather Clary about the Bureau and ways you can help protect yourself from scams.
We're happy to be able to be here to assist people when they call, trying to check out a business or a charity, or perhaps they want to report a scam, or perhaps they were scammed and they need advice. And that's what we're here for, to try to help people mitigate that and avoid it and keep it from happening again in the future. The Better Business Bureau is a private nonprofit business organization. We are not a government agency. It started back in 1912 when some businessmen got together and formed advertising vigilance committees. And that later became the Better Business Bureau system, with over 100 offices throughout North America and in Canada, and including one office in Mexico. Know that the Better Business Bureau is not just there for the consumer, but we're there to help the business as well. There are scams aimed at businesses, and if you would like to become a part of our Better Business Bureau and help support ethics in the marketplace and keep the con artists out and keep all of our money in to keep our economy strong, and you'd like to see how the Better Business Bureau can help your business, give us a call and we can certainly see if you qualify to become BBB accredited, and be happy to have you to help us continue our mission of advocating for an ethical marketplace. A lot of the scams we hear about here at the BBB take place over the phone or over the internet. Going really strong right now are phone scams where the perpetrators claim to be with various governmental agencies, Medicare, IRS, Social Security, even court officials or the sheriff's department. And what we want to let people know is that these government agencies are never going to call you unsolicited. If there's a problem or they need to reach out to you, they're usually going to write a letter. However, these perpetrators are using scare tactics to get the public to return these calls and part with personal information or even money. And people have lost money to these scams because they're threatened with things like you're going to lose your Social Security benefits, or you're going to be arrested unless you pay these back taxes you owe, or a jury duty summons you missed. They'll make up any story to sound very, very credible, and unfortunately some people do fall for it. We want people to know that if they get a call like that and they're not sure if it's the real deal or not, give us a call. We deal with these every day, and we are here to help you determine the real calls from the fake calls and to try to avoid the scams altogether. We want to warn people that it's door-to-door time. Many contractors that are from out of town, they come around in unmarked trucks. They try to tell you they have leftover materials in their trucks and can pave that driveway or paint your barn, fix your gutters. They have no credentials, no insurance, no proof of anything. People have hired them, given them money, got shoddy work, if any work at all, and then had to pay more money to get somebody to come back and do it right. So avoid the headache. Use your BBB. We can help hook you up with businesses that you can trust to take care of those jobs. By the same token, we want to hear about any suspicious things going on in your neighborhood, people going door to door, offering services, you don't know who they are, using some scare tactics, high pressure, things of that nature. And you'll also want to ask and be sure that these folks are registered with the Division of Building Inspection under the Contractor Registration Ordinance, because that is a local law that's required for anybody doing work like this in Fayette County. You can use our website at bbb.org to search for a listing of BBB accredited businesses that meet all of our standards and have been invited to join the Better Business Bureau that you can get estimates from in order to have whatever job it is you need done by someone you trust. Not all businesses qualify to join the Better Business Bureau, and if they are in the BBB, one of the requirements is that they make a promise to respond to any customer complaints if something can't be resolved between the two of them, and the BBB acts as a neutral third party to help the consumer and the business try to work out any problems that have arisen through our complaint processing and mediation and arbitration in some instances. If you're not very comfortable with a computer, you can also receive lists of BBB accredited businesses right here in our Better Business Bureau Accredited Business Directory. It has our 2,000 BBB accredited businesses listed in it by category, so that you can search for someone to give you estimates on whatever job you need. And not just house repairs, anything from banks to dry cleaners to folks to fix your car, mow your lawn, anything you can think of. And that's available for free. If you give us a call, we'll be happy to mail you one. And again, you can also look at bbb.org and hunt up names of businesses, see what kind of record it has, if they've had any complaints, and if so, did they resolve it? You can read customer reviews. You can submit customer reviews. If you had a good experience with a business, why not get on and let the world know about it and submit a BBB customer review? I'm sure the businesses would be happy and other folks can see about your experience too. Our staff is available by phone Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 4:30, by calling 259-1008. Simply push 0 during the opening message during our office hours to speak with a live operator, or you can use the automated system to hear information about businesses in the after hours times. Also, get on our website at bbb.org. You can also follow us on Facebook, and we're also on Twitter.
After the break, we get a look at historic Ashland. Welcome back to Lexington Now. In our latest Marking History segment, we learn about the Henry Clay Estate, Ashland.
The Henry Clay Estate of Ashland holds a lot of history. More than just a home of Kentucky's greatest statesmen, markers and monuments commemorate important women, men, and organizations of the last 200 years. Kentucky suffragette Madeline McDowell Breckinridge grew up at Ashland, and from early 1900 until her death was a driving force to see the 19th Amendment ratified and become part of the U.S. Constitution. Women have now had the right to vote for over 100 years. During the Civil War, Confederate spies reported a large encampment of Union soldiers bordering the Clay property. Southern Colonel John Hunt Morgan divided his forces, most of them encircling the grounds near the encampment. A brief firefight ended with Union troops either fleeing or being captured. Another marker on the ground remembers Henry Kenny, the architect who designed the Ashland Garden for the Garden Club of Lexington in 1950. The walled garden houses over 120 varieties of flora and fauna and is maintained to this day by the members of the founding club. Other visuals on the site recall Abraham Lincoln's relationship with Henry Clay, the site housing an A&M college, and a prodigious livestock breeding operation.
Recent changes in global markets have made it necessary for the Division of Waste Management to make changes to Lexington's recycling program. Jennifer Myatt explains.
I'm Jennifer Myatt with Lexington's Division of Environmental Services, and I'm here to talk about the recent updates to our recycling program. As many of you have probably heard, Lexington is not currently taking paper products for recycling in our blue recycling carts. The reason behind this is that there isn't anywhere for us to give our paper products to or sell them to at the moment. And so we're asking people to throw those items in the trash until we have somewhere that can recycle our paper. Until then, we would like to encourage everyone to continue to recycle everything that we're currently able to recycle in our blue recycling cart. We are still taking cardboard boxes and pizza boxes that are clean. We can also still recycle glass bottles and jars, steel and aluminum cans, and plastic bottles and jugs that have necks. So please continue to recycle these items, even though you might have to throw your paper in the trash for a while we find new markets to send our paper to. We'd also like to encourage everyone to reduce paper use as much as possible, and we have several tips for this on our recycling updates page at lexingtonky.gov/recycleupdates. So I encourage you to visit our website and visit us on social media at LiveGreenLex for more tips on how to reduce your paper usage and recycling in Lexington.
Chris Edwards joins us now with our weekly Lex TV meeting schedule. Chris?
Thanks, Neil. This week there'll be 3 meetings being televised live here on Lex TV and web streamed on the city's website. The first is on Tuesday, June 4th at 1 p.m., which will be the Council's Planning and Public Safety Committee meeting. At this meeting, the Council will see 3 presentations. 2 of them have to do with zoning ordinance text amendments. The first is a text amendment on signs, and the other text amendment presentation is on the zone change process. The third presentation will be a review of the special event application process. A special event application must be made by any organization or group wishing to use city-owned spaces for large events. Then also on Tuesday will be the 3 p.m. council work session. Finishing up the week will be a formal council meeting at 6 p.m. on Thursday. At the beginning of this council meeting, there will be a recognition of Miss Rachel Sievers. Now, Miss Sievers is a 2019 graduate of Dunbar High School, and she recently won $60,000 in a national contest by designing a more efficient airplane wing. She sounds pretty smart. Then there'll be another recognition for the brave men who fought and died on the beaches and small French coastal towns on D-Day 75 years ago. Then there'll also be a recognition for everyone to wear orange for National Gun Violence Awareness Day, which is coming up soon. I really had no idea when I got dressed this morning. One important resolution which will be on the docket for this meeting is the first reading of the LFUCG fiscal year 2020 budget. It'll get second reading at the next council meeting later in June. That's all we have for this week's meetings, but stay tuned to Lex TV for next week. We have many more meetings to tell you about. So Neil, it's back to you now.
Thanks, Chris. Well, that's all for this week. You can keep up with us on social media and check out the latest traffic updates on Twitter at LexRex, or catch our live traffic cams on lexingtonky.gov. For the staff and producers at Lex TV, I'm Neil Noah, and that's it for now.